6. So great turnout to see some really interesting results and great performances. One of the exciting fights of the night, of course, was Danny Jacobs, who opened up the telecast on Showtime. And I have Danny here now, another great win, the second win in a row now since his comeback about a month ago down the street. So I think it was a great experience for Danny to be here at the Madison Square Garden and show the world that he really is back. And we are very happy to have Danny Jacobs back. Please, Danny, come on and make some comments.
Thank you, guys. For me, it's a dream come true. You know, the saga continues. My second fight back after a 1.5-year layoff, and I feel amazing. I took my time a little bit because I wanted to make sure I got the ring rust out. And once I let my hands go, man, that guy could take a punch. I was wondering why the referee didn't stop me when he did, but I'm glad he came out all right, and I'm glad I came out okay. I'm looking forward to the future, whoever that has to offer. February 9th, I think, will be my next fight at the Barclays Center, February 9th on the Zab Judah, Danny Garcia card. I know you guys are looking forward to Trout and Cotto, so I'm not going to keep your time. I just want to say thank you for the love and support, and just look forward to the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Yes, and indeed, he will be back on February the 9th from Barclays Center.
What did you think of the fight tonight, Richard?
It was an interesting fight. I think the scoring was way too wide. 119, 109, and what was it? 117 to 110. I think it was way too wide. I think it was a close fight. Paulie Malignaggi, who scored it for Showtime on air, had it a draw, 114, 114. You know, different opinions, but definitely it wasn't as wide as it was scored. I think it was an interesting style matchup. We knew that Austin Trout is a difficult style, and he obviously caused Miguel quite some problems. But Miguel came to fight and had his moments, so I think it definitely was a much closer fight than the results show.
I agree.
Well, you know, I think there are still, as I said, you know, the 154-pound division is a very deep division, and I still think, you know, obviously depending on Miguel, we'll sit down with his team. There's still a possibility that you could see a Canelo Cotto fight. We'll see, you know, if there's a Trout, if Trout is a possibility. You know, there are other names at 154 which we're going to be looking at, whether if it's a James Kirkland or an Alfredo Angulo or any of those guys.
Did you expect more than 13,000 or less than 13,000?
No, you know, I mean, obviously Austin Trout was not a very well-known name, so we were pleased with the turnout. We knew that Austin Trout is no Antonio Margarito. He didn't have the kind of exposure Margarito had, or some of the other guys. Cotto had fought before here at the Garden, so you know, if you can attract over 13,000 people to a venue in December, you know, a few months before the holidays and Christmas, I have to say, I think that just shows the strength of Miguel Cotto's fan base, and we certainly heard them loud and clear tonight at the Garden. It was an electrifying audience, as it always is for a Miguel Cotto fight. I see that Austin Trout is coming, so I don't know if I'm sure Austin's promoter is here. Greg, oh, there he is. Okay, Greg Cohen, so I'm going to hand it over to him.
Thank you, Richard.
Louis.
And I'm a New York kid. I always wanted to say, remember that night at the Garden? And now Austin Trout gave us just such an electrifying performance. All this kid ever wanted was a chance on the biggest stage in boxing. He got it tonight, and he made the most of it. I couldn't be prouder of him. He deserves all the good things that are going to happen. You guys don't want to hear from me, so let me bring up the WBA 154-pound world champion, super middleweight champion of the world. Excuse, super welterweight champion of the world. Austin, no doubt, Trout.
Thank you all. I gotta thank God again, you know, for the opportunity. All I wanted was a chance. That's all I asked for. And he delivered, and also delivered me through it. You know, I already had the victory through Jesus Christ, but he also gave me the victory in the ring, so I gotta thank him for it all. I gotta thank Greg Combs, my promoter. I want to thank Al Heyman for taking my career to the next level, making this fight happen. And just for the team I have, my coach Louie, my cornerman Shakri Shabazz, Moose Gomez, Bobby Benton. The chemistry we have is just a perfect team. And, you know, the sky's the limit. We can go as far and as high as we want to with this team I have. Of course, I can't forget my longtime manager, Bob Spagnola, who is behind the scenes, working, worrying, making sure everything is right for Austin Trout. He treats me like the star that I know I can be. So I just want to thank the team. I got to thank my family that came out. You know, they make as much sacrifice as I do, believe it or not. They're not in there running with me, but when daddy's not home, the kids suffer. My fiance has to pick up the slack. My mother has to keep the craziness together. You know, she's the matriarch of our family. So, you know, just getting my thank yous out the way. I'm very happy with this victory. You know, God pushed me through it. It was a good fight. Cotto is a great champion. He's strong. You know, he doesn't miss a step. He comes on, he comes back, he comes fast. And for me to be able to beat a fighter like Miguel Cotto is just an honor in itself. You know, just to be able to fight a fighter like Miguel Cotto was an honor. To beat him is an even greater honor. So I thank him for the opportunity to be able to fight him, you know, in the mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden. To be here, you know, to have my own page of history in this building is just crazy. I'm numb right now, to be honest. I don't feel anything. It's going to hit me probably tomorrow or maybe 3 days from now. Who knows? I got everything out the way. I mean, any questions?
Did you? Hey, do you think the fight was closer than the way it was scored?
You know, because it is in Madison Square Garden, there were a lot of close rounds. I felt I pulled out, but didn't know if I was going to get. So, with that mindset that, you know, if it's a close round, if you don't know you got it, then just think you lost it. I guess I did think it was closer than the cards say. But, you know, if there's any doubt if I won or not, you know, I'm all up to doing it again if we need to.
Did you put Austin Trout, Las Cruces, and El Paso on the map tonight?
I believe so. You know, they was on my gloves, LCNM, Las Cruces, New Mexico. You know, they shouldn't have a question of who Austin Trout is. I believe I showed a lot of great skills, toughness, whatever you need. I believe I showed that tonight.
This was your coming out party. Very few people believed you could pull it off. What was it like from your perspective, going into the fight, being in there, hearing the crowd, and still pulling it off?
You know, it's a big I told you so kind of thing. You know, I knew what I had, though. I wasn't able to show the best of Austin Trout, and I still, to be honest, don't feel like I was able to show the best of Austin Trout, but it was pretty darn close. So I'm more than happy with this performance, and I hope the fans are happy with it, and I hope they bring me back to New York. I love fighting here in the Garden.
You look relatively unmarked. Did you feel any punches in that ring today?
Oh, you know, Miguel Cotto is a strong fighter. I definitely felt some punches. I was blessed with good skin that doesn't swell up. You know, he did hit me with some good shots. You know, to say I didn't feel anything would be a lie. You know, I definitely felt a lot of shots he gave me.
Did you landed more power shots than him, and I thought that would either be closer than it was, and it would be more of a substantial, you know, count in jabs.
What's the question?
Okay. At what point did you decide to just engage more as opposed to, you know, boxing and retreat?
I think after the first quarter of the fight, you know, my coach was like telling me, "You're giving the fight away. You're in the Garden. You know, he's undefeated. He wants to stay undefeated in the Garden. They want to keep him undefeated." He really lit a fire in my ass, and you know, we had to go back to the game plan. I was kind of falling into his game plan, and so that was that point when I was like, you know, I just gotta let these hands go. Like I've been telling people, I gotta put leather on them, but I wasn't doing it. So, you know, I think after the first quarter of the fight.
Austin, how much of a factor was your style in this fight?
I think the left hand was a big factor. I caught him with some good left hands, overhands. stepping around him to my right and countering with the jab was a big thing. I think it was a big factor in this fight. And I'm not just a left hand, I'm a good left hand. I know how to use it.
Anybody else? All the way back there.
Yes, sir.
What's your dream scenario? Who you would like to fight next?
You know, I'm trying to be the best of this division. I want to clean out my division. And I feel like getting all the belts would be the next thing for me to do. So I got the WBA belt. It's time to get the WBC belt. And after that, we work on the IBF. So Canelo should be next. That would be my dream scenario. He wants to fight May 5th. I think that's perfect time. I even think about taking the fight February and coming back in May.
Back there.
Did you ever feel that you haven't heard enough?
I felt I did hurt him, and I didn't want to be too hasty in it, though. I did go in to try to catch him, but, you know, he had decent defense, which showed me that he wasn't that hurt. So, you know, I did go in for some good, for the kills, so to speak. He neutralized it with his defense, so I fell back and went back to the game plan.
Same back there.
Austin, you said to me on Wednesday that you felt like you had to kind of climb in the
Hey guys, quiet over here or we're going to kick you out.
I guess my question to you now is, like, what is the view from inside the house now that you've gotten a career-defining victory? And what does this mean to you personally?
It looks good. I'm happy that I can sit on the couch and kick my feet up. But that doesn't mean in no way that I'm gonna get comfortable. You know, I'm like, this is where the hard work starts. You know, I understand staying on top is harder than getting to the top. And, you know, in some eyes, I might not even be on the top yet. So I'm going to just keep working, keep climbing to be pound for pound, without a doubt, the best.
Over there.
Austin, congratulations. Two-part question.
Thank you.
When was it that you started to realize that Cotto's eye was swelling and he couldn't see the counter right hook that you were throwing over the top?
It looked like he had about, you know, I would say maybe around the 4th or 5th round. When I first saw the mark, and I just kept trying to work that. And then I saw that about the 4th or 5th round, yeah, his eyes was closing up. And that's when I started trying to really land that hook, hook uppercut. You know, I would say about the 4th, 5th round.
Now the second part, you had a tough time. You had a tough time getting fights in the past now. How confident are you after this performance that people are going to be willing to fight you now?
Well, you know, it's funny, though, because when you do good against a good fighter, that's when they are least likely to fight you. So I don't know. They might not be ready to fight Austin Trout anymore. Not all the fighters have the heart of Cotto.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Also right here.
Yes, sir, Dan.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
I know you, I think you were calling out Canelo Alvarez in the post-fight on Showtime. I saw him sitting ringside. I wonder, you know, they were going to set up Miguel Cotto against Canelo in the event that Miguel won. You won the fight. How much do you want to fight Alvarez? And I think back that maybe he would want the opportunity to fight you to avenge the loss that his brother took against you. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, you know, you would think he'd be ready to fight me since I'm the one who beat Cotto. You know, I'm trying to fight the best. I beat his brother. I beat Cotto. Those are the two people that he wanted to avenge and he wanted to fight. You know, I want to be the best. I want to fight the best. So to me, logically, in my mind, he should be wanting to fight me. Not to mention I have a belt. Why would you not want to unify? There's nothing left for him to do, well, besides fight a real junior middleweight, but to get another belt. So I would think he would try to fight me, but that's my thinking. Not everybody thinks like me, apparently.
And one other thing for you. When you heard the scores, and one of them was extremely high, we're in New York City, we're in Cotto's house. Did you have a moment where you thought, oh my God, they just took 11 rounds from me?
I did. When I heard unanimous, I was kind of like, uh-oh. Yeah, but, you know, I asked God to give me a fair shake. I don't want anybody cheating for me. I don't want nobody to cheat me. If I lost, I lost. So that's what I prayed. I asked God, if I lost, Lord, let me lose. You know, if I win, just give me that fair shake. And, you know, when I heard that unanimous, I was a little nervous. And then, you know, when they said, and still, my heart dropped.
All right, I want to ask. Thank you so much, Austin. Please stay here. But I want to ask up to the podium now the legendary Miguel Cotto. Please give a hand to Miguel. Yeah, go ahead. Any want to say any statements or?
No, I'm happy. I'm just a little disappointed with the decision of the judges, but I have to continue. I have to accept it. I'm looking forward. That's all I had to say.
Any questions for Miguel?
Miguel, over here.
Quick,
Miguel, if you hadn't given him this shot, he wouldn't, be in the position he is. And now you're, what do you have to say about the fact that you gave him the shot? And what does that say about you as a fighter late in your career to do this?
No, I'm good. He's good. Everybody's good. We present, we show a good fight. I think everybody's happy. We didn't disappoint anyone. We just bring our best. And I think the people enjoy the fight.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Miguel, you're obviously a warrior. You've had a tremendous career. A lot of wars in your past career. Is there any chance after this fight tonight that we may have seen the last Miguel Cotto, or are you planning on taking some time to think it over and then deciding to go what to do next?
I'm just thinking and pass the Christmas with my family, rest a little bit, and take this time just to think, I'm not finished yet. I'm still with boxing in my mind. Just want to rest with my family the rest of the year.
Miguel, do you think that the refs scored that fight because of some of your face swelling and the cuts and the bruises on it?
I don't know. You have to ask them. I just has to continue. I can never in my career with thing to said or not. I never make any excuses. I continue my career. I accept my defeat. I learn from them, and I'm just going to continue. Estoy muy bien, gracias a Dios, muy bien, contento, un poco desgastado, un poco cansado, pero aquí está mi familia y con ellos pues regreso a Puerto Rico mañana.
Miguel, you said you felt disappointed with tonight and the scoring. Was it because it was so wide, the loss, or because you felt you won?
I think it's an appreciation of sports, Judges can see the fight and give the fight whoever they want, but 119, 109, 117, 111, is too far what the people and what I bring into the ring.
Far back, go.
Miguel, you're a short player, ball player.
Yeah.
With that said, I have to ask, what caused you the most problems in Trout? Was it his reach advantage? Was it the fact that his southpaw?
He was a really slippery boxer, He know how to move, how to put his elbow, his shoulder when my hands try to reach him. He does his work really good.
Miguel, did you feel like you hurt him at all in the fight, and did you get hurt at all during the fight?
We bring our best, He has his moments, I have my moments. We just bring, I think, a great fight, all fans.
All right, last question for Miguel.
Miguel, did you get to the body enough?
What would you tell all your fans that came out that love you and support you?
Like always, I'm pretty grateful with all the support I receive here in New York. And because of them, I'm always bringing my best.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give it up for one of the most exciting fighters in the world, Miguel Cotto. Thank you.